We're going to start on our balls and just settling down and leaving the events of the day at the door. So perhaps just maybe rest your hands on your legs or place your hands on your tummy, whatever's going to feel comfortable for you. And we'll just close the eyes. And just take your attention now to your breath. Just gently observing the breath as it comes in and out of the nose and the mouth. That's it. And just letting go of the day. Bringing your awareness into this present moment, into the sensation of the feet resting on the ground and your body resting on the ball. And with each inhale, you can just begin to find that space and breathe into the belly and into the chest, feeling that support of the ball so you can begin to lengthen up through the spine. As you inhale, almost try to breathe all the way to the back of the bra strap. That's it. And then exhale, let go and soften. So we're breathing fully into the belly, all the way up into the chest, almost to the back of the lungs. Lovely. And soften and let go. So breathing with no pushing or forcing, just allow it to flow. Creating more space for you and for baby. After your next breath, you're just going to open the eyes and come back into the room. So we're just going to start on the balls and we're just going to start to just circle on the balls. Now when you're on the ball, you can take your legs nice and wide if that feels comfortable. Just see what feels nice for you. You can notice now on the balls, I'm on actually a smaller ball and my ball is actually too small. So I'm going to just share with you what too small looks like. And then Anna is going to, if you want to turn that way, then you can see how a ball needs to be. Actually, Anna's, I could maybe go a little bit lower. Would you feel it would be better to go a bit lower?
Yeah, could you?
Yeah, so we'll let a little bit of air out. But if you can see, my hips are lower than my knees. And your ball really needs to be so that your knees are in line with your hips. So I think just for a minute, what we're going to do is if you just pop up, you have a look. So Anna, so from the line from the hip to the knees, you've got just a nice parallel line. So we just come back to forward, taking your legs nice and wide. We're just going to begin to circle. And how does that feel on the lower back?
I like it.
Yeah. So really simple. You know, you can use birth balls in labour, but you can also use them in pregnancy. You can replace the chair and use your ball just to create some space and free up some movement in the hips. And just breathing around the circle. So it can almost be quite trance-like if you just follow the movement with your breath, even putting some nice music on. And then go the other way. And then just coming back to centre. So another thing that we can do when we're sat on the ball is we can do some U shapes. So you're just sending your bottom back behind you and then coming forward. So sending your hips back and then come forward. So it could be just a small little U shape, or it could be a nice big U shape where you really feel you maybe even come onto your heels. Just see what feels nice for you. And this can also be helpful for baby, giving baby a bit more space to move around. And then we're going to come back to centre. So you can do some bounces. You can bounce on the ball. This is can be more useful in labour. later stage of pregnancy, when your bladder is a little bit smaller, it can kind of feel like you may need to have a wee, so you might not want to do it as much, but it can be really useful to get baby right down on the cervix, just gently moving. And also you can have a bit of fun. It's kind of a funny thing to do. You can hit partner on the ball, bouncing, make you laugh, create those nice happy hormones, oxytocin, serotonin. And we'll come back to centre. Very nice. So I'm just going to move to the side. You can move your ball a little bit to the centre. So you're just going to lean over your right arm. So let me just stand up, go behind you. So you're just going to lean over onto the right like this and extend your left arm. That's it. And you're just going to sweep it forward all the way across the horizon. Then look up at that left hand as you take it as far back as you can go. That's it. And then sweeping the hand forward. Lovely. Moving your own time with the breath. Nice inhale. Breathe into the belly, into the chest. And then exhale, sweeping forward. Good. Really finding that space along the right side. And we'll do one more. That's it. Then you can bring your hands to your heart. So when you bring your hands to your heart, just take your palms apart, just come into a nice Hakini Mudra, relax your shoulders. So this can be a nice self-soothing, grounding mudra. Coming back to your center. And then slowly releasing. Let's lean over to the left and raising your right arm. So sweeping across the horizon as you look up at the palm, as far back as you can go, and then sweeping it forward. That's it. Nice inhale, breathe into the belly, into the chest. Exhale, reaching forward. Very nice. And the last one. And bringing your hands back to your heart. So coming back into that Hakini Mudra. Settling down, finding your center. And then coming back into the room. So we're going to just move from side to side. So you open your legs nice and wide, and you can just shift your weight off your foot if that feels okay. Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just gently, just kind of play with that. See how that feels. Let's inhale and exhale. How does that feel in the hips? What does that feel like?
Yeah, nice. I can feel it in my calves quite a lot. It's very tight. So
Yeah, good.
Nice.
With this heat, just getting some movement in the calves. I was reading something the other day and saying about how calves are like your second heart. You think about that, how walking, just getting that blood flow moving the body. So this can be a nice way just to sort of stop any kind of swelling of the feet, really just kind of moving like this. Very nice. And we're coming back to centre. So it's really nice to be able to have some things on the ball, some things on the floor on the ball, and some things standing up. So I always just say, just pick 3 things that you enjoy, and then you can create your own kind of labour circuit or your own like exercise routine that you want to do on the ball that could be easy. So we're going to come up, and then we're going to go down. So just coming safely down, just take one leg back and the other leg back. That's it. And just bring your toes together and your knees apart, and then just take your bottom onto your heels. Now you can always use a cushion underneath the bottom and the heels if that feels more comfortable. Are you okay like that? Yeah. And so then you can just bring the ball closer and almost like you're hugging the ball in, just turn the head and find that position. Now sometimes you need an extra pillow just to accommodate your growing chest, but that looks perfectly comfortable there. Yeah, good. Yeah. And automatically when you're in this position, the body can begin to move from side to side. So that's why I say that birth balls don't just have to be used for labour, they can be used in pregnancy. So it's just a nice way to stretch out the back, almost like you're kind of sleeping on your tummy that you would have done when you're not pregnant. With this forward leaning position, it can be really useful in labour when you're having contractions, because when you're leaning your body forward, the contractions will ease. And then you're going to turn your head in the other direction. And then slowly coming up. Now, with this position, you can put the ball, so we're going to use my ball, Anna, just because it would be easier. You could put the ball, if you're at home, on something that's raised, like the couch, or if you're in hospital, you could put the ball on the bed and you could be lying on the bed so that you're raised up. So what you're going to do, you can either just rest forward like this, or you could come up over the ball. So find a position that feels nice for you.
Hips wide again.
Yeah, again. So you can either lean up, see how that feels.
Yeah.
Or you could be down, kneeling, bottom on the heels, and just shuffle forward perhaps a little bit and rest. So see what feels nice for you. The other way felt better, or this way?
I think the other way.
Yeah.
Quite nice.
Yeah. So, and the great thing is, in this position, if you're in labour at home, your partner could just put one hand here and one hand here, and they could just gently just be with you, just allow you just to move. But it feels like someone's supporting you, doesn't it? It's not too close. But it's a nice way because she's creating space here and just getting a little bit of movement. Where's that feeling the nicest, Anna, when you're moving here like this?
My tummy feels quite nice.
Yeah, just creating some space. Yeah. You've got some length, but you've also got some support here. And then you can turn the head in the other direction. Very nice. So coming back to centre, you're going to lift your right leg up. That's it. And then you can either rest over the ball again, or you can just hold on to the ball. So it's up to you how active you want to make that. That's it. And then you can just move in the direction of the knee. So you can either circle or you can move forward and backwards. Just see how that feels. Now we know in this wide leg position, this is the widest position that you can be in labour. It creates the most space in the pelvis. So when you stick your bottom back, as Anna's got her bottom back, the sit bones are the widest apart they can be. So you've created the most space. How does that position feel like?
That feels nice.
Yeah. And if you were having a birth, if you were having a water birth, you can lean over the side in this position. But it's important in pregnancy to practice these positions, just to stretch the muscles, to get the perineum used to just opening. So it's a nice position to rest in, just to practice and get used to that. So is it nicer forwards and backwards, or is it nicer circling for you?
I prefer circling.
There we go. So everyone's different. Everyone's body is different, so you just see what you prefer. And remember, when you're circling, when you circle one way, it's going to feel more opening. And when you circle the other way, it's going to feel more closing. So you don't need me to tell you. You'll discover that the right leg is going to be clockwise. Does that feel right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you go the other way, it feels closing. And the left leg, it's going to be anti-clockwise. So it's just opening and opening. However, you can create more space and more opening. Thinking about giving birth is trying to create the most space in the body. We can create that space through moving our body, and we can create that space by using our breath. Very nice. So I would just find a resting position. So either come down, you could even put a cushion here like this, come down and just rest however that feels. And even you could even rest forward just on the couch without the ball. Does that feel?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So this could easily be used as a little labour circuit at home when you're managing your contractions before you were to go into hospital if you're having a birth in hospital, in the birth centre. Lovely. So, are you ready to do the other side?
Yeah.
Do you want anytime? Feel free to have a sip of the water. And if you want to, you could try to see the difference of what that big ball would be like. That you may find that was just too much. We're taking the leg out.
Right.
Then, if it feels too much, then just so is that too much or is that okay?
It's all right.
Yeah. The other one better or?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. So different size balls can have, different effects. There we go. And you'll probably notice that one side feels easier than the other. Yeah. So let's go the other way. So the other way is opening. Yeah, you feel that?
Mm.
Maybe if it was this one easier, this side easier, yeah? Yeah. So leading with the knee and going back through the hip. So nice circle. That's it. So we're doing this movement. And you could try a little forwards and backwards, see how that feels. Very nice. And then just coming back and releasing. So just rest however you feel feels nice. And then we'll slowly come back up. But does that feel like a kind of manageable little circuit that you could do?
Yeah, I think it's nice to have a bit of a.
Yeah, and you can do it at home, around your own sort of space. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to standing, and we're going to use the ball. So we're going to use the ball at the wall. So what we're going to do, Anna, is you can try the big one, and then if not, we'll go to the small one. But you're just going to just put the ball. So it's kind of lumbar spine, and you just going to bend the knees a little bit here like this. I'll show you. Yeah. So take it there. I'll show you. Then on the spine. Okay, so squatting, we're not really doing a deep squat. Squatting, it's kind of getting complicated. So we're not going to do two, it's just a semi-squat here. That feels okay. You don't even have to have a squat, you can have your legs straight. So with the ball supporting, can you feel you can kind of lean back a little bit? You can almost relax your shoulders. And from here, we're just going to straighten the legs, take the arms up, and then just lower down. And we can take one arm up, nice inhale, up, and maybe look to that side and lowering down. And then the other one up and look to the side. Exhale, come down. Inhale, breathe into the belly, into the chest, and then coming down. One more. And then just a little bit of soft knees, perhaps. You could just gently rock from side to side here. Side. How does that feel? Yeah. Now with you can either take the ball up, so you can take it quite high up, so it's on the shoulders and almost relax the head. So you're really getting into the shoulders. Or you can move it all the way down towards the bottom, and you could just find that position that feels nice for you, because it can be really nice on the butt, especially if you're having any sort of sciatica issues. You can even put it to the side and just kind of like circle, like a bear in a tree or something. Yeah. Try the side. So just on one of the butt cheeks, and then just really kind of get into that. How does that feel? Yeah, it's kind of like can really move, and maybe you want to try this smaller one just to see.
Yeah, that's a bit harder.
Yeah.
I've been having hip pains.
So you could actually also just get like a cheap £1 like football that you get from the pound store, or even like a Pilates ball. They're normally like about £4 for Argos. The Pilates balls are like that. And that can be really useful. It's something you can put in your hospital bag as well, because you could just put it on the wall. I'm trying to think if I've got one. I don't think I've got one here. You just put it on the wall and really get into that there. Or maybe I'll bring some to class so you can just get an idea. But that can feel really nice as well. And then try the other side. So really have a play with the ball of how you can use it. And then also the other thing is you can just rest over the ball like this. As long as it's somewhere stable, you can put your arms around it, hug over the ball, take your legs nice and wide, and just gently bend at your knees and just moving from side to side. So that's why all of this movement doesn't just have to be for birth, it can be in pregnancy as well. Just to gently move and stretch out the body. How does that feel, Anna?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And also in this position, your partner in labour could just be next to you. So one hand on the shoulder, one hand on the opposite hip. So you kind of feel like you're supported, but it's not too close. It's not in your face. And if Anna wanted to talk to me without kind of using lots of words or didn't want to upset me, she could give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down or any other finger to go away. So tell me how that is with your thumbs, Anna. I think that's a thumb up. If you wanted me to go away, what would it be? Thumbs down. There we go. And then I've got on my cue just to stand away. And in labour, your hormones are up and down. So your partner needs to really have a rhino skin, because sometimes you're going to want to be supported and just a little bit of effleurage. And other times you're going to get a thumbs down and they're going to just need to step away while you just go into your zone. Very nice, lovely. So we're just going to finish with one thing that you can do with your partner, which can be really nice. So I'm going to come onto the ball. So I'm going to be the birth partner. Anna, you're going to come down. So you're going to come to kneeling. You're going to be facing me, so the other way. And you're going to be on all fours, so move back a little bit and just rest your hands like this over me. That's it. So if you can, so you want to be almost like a cat position. So if it feels okay, take your knees a bit further back, or is that okay?
Further back.
Yeah, so I'm sort of a bit here, so that we're going to give 2 options. So that might feel, I think that's probably too much for you, isn't it? Because we don't want to be dropping. So what I would do is I'm going to come forward, and then you can just take your bottom further back towards your heels. Come towards me a bit more. That's it. And then just reach up healthy. So some people prefer to be on all fours. Some people have their bottom more towards their heels in this position. Does that feel okay? Yeah. Okay, so just relaxing. Just relaxing here. Okay, good. And I'm just going to actually, I'm just going to move on the ball. I'm just going to check in. Does that feel all right? So I'm moving. So your birth partner can be moving on the ball, and they need to check in with you if that's okay, because you might prefer to move. And in this position, I can just gently, do just a gentle stroke here. And again, I can get a thumbs up or a thumbs down if that's okay. Oh, I've got thumbs up, so that's a good thing. But nothing complicated, just a gentle effleurage and gentle encouragement of how well they're doing. Really well. Amazing. We've got this together. And then if you want to move, well, I'm going to sit on the ball, so you can just gently rock. Just breathing here, nice inhale and exhale. And what feels nicer, me moving or you moving?
I think you moving.
Okay, so some people prefer to be more in control and either let someone else in control. I'm going to circle now on the ball. And again, give me a thumbs up if that feels okay. So I've got a thumbs up here. So this is really nice way to get your partner involved. And you can practice this at home. And also you can switch over. They can have a go. They can see how it feels nice for them as well. Okay, and then similarly, we have things on all fours and we also have things kneeling. So I'm just going to get you just to come up and then just take one leg forward, like we did on the couch. That's it. And you can shuffle forward a little bit towards me. That's it, good. Now, I'm your birth partner, so we're going to go, you're just going to rest your head here and you're just going to lean your head there. There we go. I'm going to put my hand here, so it's more, I'm on the outside. There we go. And so it's a nice forward leaning position. And we can add a bit of movement of rocking if we want, or we could just rest. So in between contractions, you might just want to have some rest. How does that feel? Yeah, it feels nice, doesn't it? It feels like you're being supported and you're just contained there. Perfect. All right. So, is there anything else that you think that would be useful to know on the board, or how does that feel?
I don't think so. It sort of feels like you can't do anything negative on it.
No,
quite nice,
no. I think as long as you know you've always got your figure of eights, you've got your circles, and you can really move and use it how you want to move your body, can't you? Yeah. So I think what we'll do, we'll just finish with a little relaxation. So what we're going to do is you can use the ball in the relaxation. So what I'm going to get you to do, if your head's going to be there, shall I demonstrate first of all? So your head's going to be here. And this can be useful in labour. So I'm just going to have my knees bent and I'm just going to put the ball, rest my foot on the ball, cushions here. So my neck's in line with my spine. I might even put a cushion underneath baby and just resting here. And this way I can just have a little bit of movement. And this can be useful in labour, also just useful if you've got any hip pain, just to take the kind of weight of the hip, just relaxing into the ball, and you can just see how that feels. So obviously we'll be on the left side if you're over 30 weeks. So just, and then of course in labour, it doesn't matter which side you're going to be on. So the left side, you're going to be here. So let's go on this side. And you can use that underneath your arm as well. Just getting yourself into a nice comfy position, and then that's it. Then just rest, and then just see. You can even move your foot back a little bit. That might give you a bit of space, and just kind of adjust, just bend into that. However, does that feel not right for everybody? Does that feel okay?
A bit uncomfortable on my back leg, but now I've got that in place.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And even maybe bend this knee in a bit more, or up a bit more forward. Just find the right position for you. You don't have to use it if it doesn't feel right. What does that feel like?
Yeah, now we're good about it. It's comfy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So just relaxing here, and you can put your foot down any time if you wish. You can also have your foot up and resting on a ball. You can also give birth in this position, so a side lying position. It can be easier on the perineum. So just closing the eyes here, resting however you are resting today, and just taking your attention back to your breath. Maybe your hand is resting on your tummy. And we just take the attention all the way down to your hands, and your tummy, and on your baby. And as you focus on your baby, visualize them being in a nice optimum position with their head down and their back against your tummy. And they're getting all the lovely benefits of you moving your body today. And as you focus on your hand on your tummy, just breathing all the way up to your heart. And then exhaling from your heart all the way back down to your baby. Inhaling, finding that space. Exhale, breathing all the way down to your baby. Visualizing that your heart is nurturing your baby, and your baby is nurturing your heart. You know what that feeling of nurturing feels like? Just feeling into that sense of nurture. As you breathe all the way down to your baby, and your baby all the way back up to your heart. And so then very slowly, we're going to bring awareness back into the body. So just begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And slowly in your own time, just coming back up, round and into a seated position. And we'll bring our hands to our hearts. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. You're welcome. How do you feel? Yeah, good. Notice when you were with this little stop. When you were on the ball, I noticed that this side was a lot more tension holding than that side. When you said you had hip pain, is it on this side?
It's been on both. But last night this hip was really
so
painful.
this side, when you were on the ball, that side is much more up and holding tension. So if you're on the ball, you could probably Go on it again, because then I can just stop this.
Let me stop it and then it will start to